stand strong, be courageous, stand for what you know is right. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Napoleon Oakins Ministry. Today we are in chapter 25 of our 31 days in Proverbs, 31 days in Proverbs, 31 days in March. Okay, so as I was reading through chapter 25, what really stood out to me was really the chapter really focused on like behavior and not being prideful in the presence of kings. I thought the whole thing was really good. I highlighted a bunch, but I did whittle it down to about 5 verses. So let's go ahead and get into that. So one of the verses that stood out to me was verse 11. It said, "A word spoken at the right time is like gold, apples, and silver settings." Basically meaning it's more than enough. It's it's more than what you need at that moment. It's encouraging. It provides you with hope. As juxtaposed to the next verse that stood out to me was verse 20, where it says, "Singing songs to a troubled heart is like taking off clothing on a cold day, or like pouring vinegar on soda." You really got to know how to minister to your loved ones and your friends and family. Sometimes when you're extremely joyful and they're going through something difficult, it's not that you being joyful is wrong. It's that they just need encouragement to get where you're at. So it would be beneficial for your relationship with them if you would reach your hand down to try to pull them up or just comfort them where they are at. Verse 26 also stood out to me. It says, "A righteous person who yields to the wicked is like a muddied spring or polluted well." This is quite good with its description of a muddied spring, if you can imagine that, or polluted well. You can't drink out of a polluted well. And we're supposed to be like living water. So a righteous person who's supposed to be like fresh living water, being a polluted well means not usable. You serve no purpose. And giving way to the wicked just allows wickedness in your life. Stand strong, be courageous, stand for what you know is right, if you want to be used by God. Then verse 28, "A person who does not control his temper is like a city whose wall is broken down." You can have the best city around, or you could be the best person you think you know, right? But if you can't control your anger, then there is nothing to you. All you are is anger. You have no boundaries, you have no strength, because you keep knocking down your own walls in your rage. Anger is a secondary emotion, a secondary response, and at times there is good reason to be angry. But if you cannot control yourself, if you do not have self-control, quite frankly, if you don't have self-control in any area of your life, you are setting yourself up for disaster. It doesn't have to just be anger, because whatever area you don't have self-control controls you. So if if you don't have self-control in your anger controls you. Therefore, controls your relationships, controls, like your money, controls how well you do in work, everything. Well, thank you for watching this video. If you got something from it, if it blessed you in any way, please leave a like, comment, and consider subscribing. Speaking of comments, in the comment section down below, please put what you got from chapter 25. I'd love to hear, or I'd love to read the verses that stood out to you and your take on it. Until I'm back with chapter 26 tomorrow, God bless. Peace.